This podcast encourages and empowers you to create your own unique real story, develop your own unique real statement, and discover your own unique real self. The power is yours. Good night, Lori Mihalich-Levin. How are you doing on this wonderful, beautiful night?
I'm doing wonderfully, Angela. Thank you so much for having me on.
Yeah, definitely a great pleasure. What part of the world are you in right now?
I'm in Washington, D.C., the
Sweet.
nation's capital here in the U.S.
Well, there we go. Well, that's great to know. I'm guessing it's a bit cold tonight, isn't it?
It's a bit cold, and yesterday we got a few inches of snow.
I heard that. I actually spoke to a few people in DC yesterday, a couple of episodes back. Yeah. But again, it's great, right? Like, you love snow, don't you?
You know, I don't love snow. When I was looking at colleges, I drew a line above Pennsylvania and decided not to go any further north because I didn't want any more snow than what I grew up with. I like to
Interesting.
ski, but for the better part of the year, I prefer when there isn't cold weather.
So you'll vacation to ski, but not live to ski.
Right, there you go.
Oh, there we
Yes.
go. All right. Well, do tell me which of your talents is responsible for us connecting at this specific time in history.
So I think it's public speaking. I was part of the Innovation Women group, and you reached out to me through there. And it's a group of folks who are interested in doing more public speaking and workshops and things like that.
Wonderful. I did. I connected through Bobby Carlton, an amazing woman. That's super cool. So do tell me, tell me, what do you speak about, please?
Sure. I speak about work-life balance issues. It's a term I'm not so fond of, but people tend to know what it means. I speak about new parents transitioning back to work after parental leave. I speak about mindfulness as a new parent and about time management issues, especially when you are juggling both family and work.
Ooh, sounds like you've encapsulated everything that can go wrong.
There's plenty that can, yes.
Definitely with family life, there's so many new expectations and then the reality, and then the list goes on. How long have you been a parent?
I've been a parent for a little over 8 years now. My oldest son just turned 8 in December, and my little guy is about to turn 6 on Sunday, and we've had a countdown going for weeks now.
That's wonderful. That's wonderful. So, who did you learn this ability to do these things from?
I think falling down on my face a number of times after having two small children and really realizing that there didn't seem to be good resources out there for new parents who wanted to transition back to work and into their careers in a more calm way. So basically, by experiencing a lot of failure and struggle myself, I set out to create something that would help people not fall so many times.
Have you written anything on it?
Yes, I've written a book called Back to Work After Baby, How to Plan and Navigate a Mindful Return from Maternity Leave. And I write a weekly blog at mindfulreturn.com/blog. And I guest post for publications all the time.
That's amazing. Oh, you
Thank
actually
you.
got Mindful Return. I would think that would have been booked right up.
You'd think, but no.
Yeah,
I launched in 2014 and it was still available.
that's wonderful. That's amazing. I'll definitely check that out. Definitely can do with some tips. Back to work after baby. How to plan and navigate a mindful return from maternity leave.
Yeah,
What
you can
is
find
that
it on
like?
Amazon. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a book that really outlines the four themes that I wished I had focused on when I went back to work after leave. The first is a mindful mindset. So basically how to get your head in a calmer, saner place when you're returning to work. The second section is all about the logistics of returning, the maybe pumping milk or nourishing your baby, how to negotiate flexibility with your employer, and how to navigate sick days and snow days like yesterday in DC when suddenly you need someone to care for your child and your colleagues might be working. The third theme is all about leadership in the space of return and really thinking of yourself as a leader as you return to work and as a new parent leader. And then the fourth theme is really around building and staying in community with other working parents so that you don't feel isolated as you manage all these many aspects of your life.
It seems as though your mind is one that is super analytical. Your experiences have been, put into quadrants, if you would. Who did you
I'm a
learn that from?
lawyer.
Oh, there we go.
I'm a practicing lawyer. At a large international law firm. I'm a healthcare Medicare nerd, and yes, everything seems to fall into buckets.
That's wonderful, wonderful. Tell me one other thing that you've done consistently over the last 3 years, please.
Hugged my children,
Ooh,
kissed my children,
how does that make you feel?
warm and fuzzy. I love my kiddos.
That's good. That's good. Why would you suggest to someone that's listening that they do something as simple as that, but consistently?
Because it calms everyone's nervous system and reminds us of just how loved we are in the world.
Love it. Amazing audience. Again, you're hearing it live from Lori Mihalich-Levin. You can check her out at mindfulreturn.com, or you can check out her book, right? Back to the Future. I'm joking. Back to Work After Baby, how to plan and navigate a mindful return from maternity leave. Lori, let's switch gears for a moment now. Let me invite you into my time machine that is surrounded with beautiful, warm, blue Caribbean water. Lori, what is your earliest childhood memory?
I think it's being on an airplane when I was about 4 years old, coming back from Disney World, and my parents had bought me these Mickey Mouse color forms to play with on the airplane back, and I lost half of them under the seat in front of me. I still remember all the missing color forms that didn't quite make it back home.
Why do you think this memory is so clear?
Probably because it was really my first ever airplane travel, and it was the sense of losing something that I had just become very attached to. So, it's probably the combination of being up in the air and having a new toy that I lost.
How do you see this memory connecting to who you are today?
I love international travel. My husband proposed to me on board an in-flight airplane over an intercom. And I'm still trying to find pieces of myself that were lost along the way.
Can I offer an interpretation to the thought picture you created in my mind with that memory?
Please.
I love the fact that you are helping individuals who have transitioned from a place of excitement, a place of joy, a place of just happiness, which is similar to Disney World. And while they're traveling back, as you said, even the book, right? The book says back to, and even when you spoke about going back to work, but just to see that you've decided that there needs to be an input there that can help the transition be easier, so that the pain of the experience doesn't carry through to the point that it causes trauma, but that you can help bring growth. I love how you've done that and how that runs parallel to that memory.
You're good, Angel. I like that. I like that analogy.
I appreciate that. Thank you. If we fast forward to when you were 12, what was your favorite song?
Well, We Didn't Start the Fire by Billy Joel.
Yeah. Definitely.
I memorized all the lyrics.
I love it. All right, my friend. Well, we've arrived at our destination, but before we get off of this time machine, there's a small declaration form, so it's yes or no. We're going to move pretty quickly here. Are you ready?
Absolutely.
Lori, have you chosen someone to pass on your skills to?
Working on it.
Are you married? Yes. On the plane, right? On the airplane.
Yes.
Propose. Wonderful. What's his name?
Jason.
You're a good man, Jason. How did you ever even get the intercom? Like, I didn't even think that was possible. Well done.
He worked his magic, yes.
Do you believe in God?
I do.
Do you have an inner circle of friends?
I do.
Do you watch TV for more than 3 hours a day?
I do not.
How about 3 hours a week?
Nope.
What about screen time? The phone and or the computer, is it more than 8 or less than 8 hours a day?
Well, I guess around 8 if you're counting work time. Hard to calculate exactly.
All right, Lori, if you had to share with us your own unique real statement, a statement that represents who you are, Lori Mihalich-Levin, what would you say that is?
You are enough, Mama.
Love
That's what I
it.
tell all the moms in my course. No matter what you did today or didn't do, or what you said or didn't finish or whatever, you're enough.
Love it. Yeah. You could even say YEM, right?
Mm,
Yeah, there's the
there you
acronym,
go.
right?
You got an acronym out of
Yeah,
it.
like
Okay.
YEM. You're enough, mama. YEM. Come on, YEM. Lori, well, this was such a great pleasure.
Exactly.
Before you leave, is there anything else you'd like to share with our amazing audience?
I'm delighted to have had this conversation with you, and I'd invite everyone to check out Mindful Return.
There we go. Mindfulreturn.com. Lori, again, great pleasure. Thank you for being on What is Inspired by 12-Minute Convos with Angel Jones.
Thank you, Angel.
You're welcome.
This segment has been brought to you by Amazel Enterprise.